So what do you actually sell when you're doing high ticket sales? This is one of the most common questions I get from beginners who are trying to get into this industry right now. And I've been in this space now for multiple years. I've sold everything from fitness coaching offers to B2B stuff to helping people make money online, all kinds of different offers for different influencers, some of the biggest guys in the space as well. And I also coach so many beginners. I've seen firsthand like what actually works, which offers you make the most money selling, which niches actually work the best, and which niches that you typically struggle in, where people make the least money and people usually stay stuck within as well. So I'm gonna share my experience, what I've seen for myself and for other people after coaching so many beginners, over 100 people, what I've seen, so that you can hopefully avoid the bad niches and you actually get into the right offers, and also understand what you're actually selling to begin with in high ticket sales. If you don't know what high ticket sales even is in the first place, I'll break that down real quick for you. And what it is you work for different influencers, guys like TGR, Breast Scales, Iman Gadzhi, Alex Hormozi, Tony Robbins, anyone you see online that sells some type of coaching or course. You know, it can be within fitness, it can be within dating, it can be within making money online, anything at all. You become the sales rep for those people. You take the sales calls over Zoom, over Google Meet, and talk to interested prospects that want to join their program on the behalf of the business owner. Talk to a couple of these people every single day, get paid commissions for all the calls that you take, and you actually end up closing. That's what it looks like. So knowing that to be true, obviously you work for different influencers, and different influencers sell different things. You know, some influencers might sell like a dating coaching mentorship. Some people might sell like a very high level B2B, so helping like a business dial in their systems to scale to a higher level. Some companies might be an agency targeting local businesses and helping them get more customers through the door. Some companies and some influencers might help beginners who are working a 9-to-5 right now to get freedom and leave the 9-to-5 and be able to start traveling. So it's a bunch of different directions you can take. And when I first started off in this space, I was working for probably I would say the biggest niche, or actually by far the biggest niche, which is helping beginners, helping 9-to-5ers, people who are students, helping them make money online. So I was working for an influencer who was targeting these beginners who had a course, a mentorship, a program with one-on-one coaching, and then also like a course helping beginners start a specific type of business model where they basically replace their 9-to-5 to do this business online and be able to get freedom and things like that for themselves. That's where I start off my entire journey. I think for most beginners it's the best place to start, because number one, it's the easiest industry to get into, because when you're selling towards beginners, to 9-to-5ers, you understand like how they speak, you understand their emotions, you understand like what they actually want, what they desire, which is way easier as a beginner to talk to and have authority selling to, compared to if you're selling to like these high level business executives, you know, because you need to be way more, it's like dial in when it comes to your skill set, your industry lingo, and things like that. So that's where I started. I think it's the best place to start as a beginner as well. But there's a big caveat to this. It's a big thing I want you to realize that I'm gonna get into in a second, about how to actually pick the right offer. Because a lot of people, they screw this up. They think that, okay, I just get into any like a business opportunity offer and I'll sell to beginners and I'll make 10K a month. Most people never end up doing that because of one very simple reason I wanna share in a second to actually help you with that. But first off, that's where I started off. I did that for a while. In the first offer, eventually I got into a B2B offer, where when I got a bit more advanced in my skill set, I started selling B2B. If you don't know what B2B is, it's basically business to business. So it stands for business to business. It's when you're selling a business service, for example. So I was selling like business coaching. I was working for influencers that was helping online coaches who were making between $100,000 to $500,000 per month, helping them scale to $1 million a month. So way more high ticket offer. The offer was priced at $30,000. And I was basically, I started off as an appointment setter, and then I started closing and also managing the appointment setting team for that influencer. That's really when my skills got a bit more advanced. Obviously, to get into that role, I had to be way more, way better at what I did, which is why I did B2C, so selling to beginners first in a more entry-level offer. Worked my way up there, got really good at that, and then I qualified, got good enough to actually work as a B2B setter and then eventually a closer as well. So what I recommend as a beginner, start off B2C, but the most important thing you need to realize is there needs to be alignment between your personal interest and your beliefs with what you're actually selling. I see a lot of people right now just trying to get into the best offer that they can find with, let's say it's a trading offer. You know, let's say it's a trading offer where people are making $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month as high ticket sales reps on that offer. And you come there, you hear, okay, this offer seems super good, and you think that you're gonna make all the money in the world by just joining that team. But if you don't, number one, don't actually believe that trading is a business model that you believe in, that you think it's actually a good thing to do for people, if you don't yourself deep down understand how trading actually works, you will not succeed in that offer. And this is one of the most, like, the biggest overlooked things by beginners right now. They think that they just need the best offer out and they can be set for success by doing that. That could not be further from the truth. I've been on offers where everything was set up for success. Everything was like in place for me to make a lot of money. But I came in there and I did not like become the best rep on that team. I struggled in the beginning because number one, either I didn't have the actual industry lingo. For example, when I first started off in B2B, I didn't understand like how the authority that I needed to have to close to some people. I didn't understand like how their business actually worked, and then I couldn't show up to my calls with certainty. That matters so much more, being aligned with the offer, actually believing in the offer and knowing how your avatar speaks, understanding the avatar you're selling to. That matters so much more than being on the ideal offer. So at the end of the day, understand this, you can do well in this industry by being on any offer, but if you want to become like really, really good and actually make the most money and actually keep doing this for the long term and really like extract the big benefits of doing high ticket sales, get proper freedom, actually enjoy what you're doing every single day and not just have to see your work as a chore, actually enjoy what you're doing, then you find an influencer you genuinely buy into. This has been the biggest key for success on my journey when picking offers. It's like picking influencers that might not be the biggest or the most like flashiest or the most like high earning people, but just being with someone I actually enjoy working with and I genuinely I'm bought into. Because when you're bought into them, like you enjoy what you're doing more, you end up showing up in a way more powerful way because you actually resonate with the people that you talk to. And that's the beauty with high ticket sales. When you're selling something you believe in, you're talking to people every single day that have the problem that you've solved for yourself, or that you genuinely enjoy helping people solve. And it becomes solely about helping people change their lives. There's no sales and like convincing people and pushing people to buy. No, it's just about genuinely talking to someone that you are interested in talking to and helping them solve a problem that you face yourself. This is why the best sales reps that make the most money, they typically work on an offer that they genuinely, either they've been for themselves, so maybe like you work for a weight loss coach, a weight loss offer, as someone who's lost weight yourself and that's changed your life. For example, for me, I'm super interested in like the raw meat and like carnivore diet and things like that. So I've actually personally myself worked on carnivore coaching and like a primal diet offer in the past and crushed it with that offer. Why is that? Because I have a genuine interest and it's actually helped me in my own life with focus, energy and things like that. That is the name of the game. Like that's how you make the most money. Sure, you obviously need to be with a good company. You obviously need to be with a company that actually has like everything in place for you to make good money. They have good marketing and they actually have a good product, etc. That's a given for sure. But make sure you actually sell something that you do believe in. You'll make so much more money doing that, and you'll have more of a long-term game in the high ticket sales. Because if you work for someone that you actually enjoy working with, an influencer, you will want to stick with them for the long term. That's what I've done. That's how I grew quickly in this industry. Went from appointment setter to closer into sales manager because I found an influencer I actually enjoy working with, and he has allowed me to get the opportunity to grow quickly in this business and be able to get more responsibility, and as a result of that, make way more money and quickly grow in the space. You only do that by being with one company that you really, really resonate with, that you really like are bought into, and you see the vision in growing with them as well. I hope this makes sense. I hope this gives some insights about like how the space works. And like I said, I started off with the B2C. I've been in B2B. I've also done fitness and like diet stuff. Personally, I have not sold dating coaching. I don't have too much of an interest in that space. I know a lot of people that do that. And I obviously have everything else from like mindset, spiritual coaching. There's like so many different niches. Like really anything that you have that's your like niche interest, you will find a coach, I promise you, who's gonna sell that. And actually that's a bonus tip I'll give you, that if you can find the most like niched things, typically those people make a lot of money and you can get a piece of that pie obviously. And if that's an interest that you have deep down for yourself as well, that's a very good place to look for offers in that space, because you're gonna have less competition, more money, and if it's a niche interest, you will obviously do well talking about it because you're gonna have an interest and you're probably a bit of an expert in doing it. So look at what are your interests, what are the things that you look at every single day on Google, when you go on YouTube, when you go on Instagram, when you go on Amazon and you buy stuff. What are your unique interests? And then you can just go out and you will, I promise you, if you go on Instagram, you go on YouTube, and you search for those interests and you look for coaches that make YouTube videos and make Instagram content on that exact topic, you will find someone selling a high ticket program. And that is probably going to be the best bet for you to go into in the high ticket sales space, because all these influencers really, like, especially right now, they desperately need sales reps. So if you just have the right skill and you know how to qualify to actually find a good offer, those can be like the perfect companies for you to start off working with. That's where you can come in and start selling and start making money with this. Hope this makes sense. If you have any questions, shoot me a DM on Instagram. If you want my help one-on-one to actually get into high ticket sales, get trained by me one-on-one, get placed into offers, then you can apply for my one-on-one mentorship. If you're actually serious about getting into this, you can book a call, download the video, we'll talk. I'll see if I can help you out. And that's it for the video. I'll see you tomorrow in the next one. Ciao.